Assalamualaikum guys. We meet again this week for the lab session in CSC 134. So today lab session is continuous for the last week lab session, which is we'll still in the Microsoft Excel application. Today is the part 2. Okay, so next, what we do for today lab session, first is I want to show you how to do the chart wizard, modifying, editing and formatting based on the chart. Next is how we can do some analysis, which is sort and validation our data. And the last one is printing. Okay guys, so let's go to our lab session. Please open your Excel sample that we did last week. Okay guys, please open back your sample Excel that we did last week. Okay, this is all the process that we do last week. We find the maximum, minimum, average and average using our own formula and so on. So today I would like to do some analysis on this data. For example, if you want to find a certain data, for example, I want to find Jones. So I want to see what the item that Jones buy. Okay, so how did we do that? So first, you can have two way, which is you can use the find and select, and the other one is you can use the filter. Okay, if we want to find the name, we can go to this column. So representative, we can find the name of the Jones. So you can find at the tab above, you should find the find and select. Okay, this is the first way how to filter or how to find the data inside the column. Okay, so first you click the find and select. Okay, after you click find and select, it will show you these windows, which is you can input all the data that you want to search. For example, I want to search Jones, so just type in here Jones. Okay, and you can find next, or you can choose find all. If you want to choose this one, you click here, so it will go to one by one. See, Jones, next Jones, next Jones, next Jones. Okay, so it will go one by one. If you click find all, so it will go like this. It show you all about the John value. Okay, if you click here, they will go to the row that have the name Jones. If you click here, it will bring the cursor into here. So this is how you can find any data inside the Excel. So how about replace? Okay, for example, I want to replace Jones into Nisa. Okay, so what I can do is I can whether I want to change a certain Jones, or maybe I want to replace all Jones into Nisa. So what can I do? I can click here. So all done, we made 8 replacement. This is how you want to replace the name, or you want to replace any data inside Excel. So it's make your works more faster. You no need to find one by one, find next, or you want to change it into Nisa. Okay, you delete the Jones and then you change it, replace into Nisa. So it take a long time to do that. So can you imagine if you have 1,000 or 200,000 data? Can you imagine you want to one by one? Oh my god. Okay, it take a long time to finish that process. So you can use this one. Okay, so next, the other way to find the data inside the Excel, you can use this one. Okay, you can use filter. Okay, before you click this one, okay, you go to the home, and then under the home ribbon, you find the sort and filter. Before you click this one, you need to highlight first this table. Okay, you highlight all the table first. Okay, and then you go here, sort and filter, you click here, and then click filter. Okay, as you can see here, this is the small triangle. For example, you want to filter about Nisa. Okay, what the item Nisa buy, where the region, and when they order the item. So you can do that. Okay, first you click here. Okay, you click here. Okay, and then you see it will select all the name, right? So you unselect this one, and then you find the name or the data that you want to filter. For example, I want to find the data about the Nisa only. The other people, I don't want to see their data. I just want to see the Nisa only. I click here and then I click OK. So see, so this is the result after you click the filter. So the result will come out is focus on Nisa only. You can see Nisa item that Nisa buy is a pencil, binder, pencil, and so on. Based on this result of the filter, you can add up the total expenses for the Nisa. Okay, you can submission of this data. Okay, you just focus on the Nisa only. Okay, rather than we can filter this data, we also can sort this data from smaller to bigger. For example, you want to find the smaller unit that the Nisa buy. Okay, so how did we do that? So first you highlight this one. And you go to the sort and filter. Okay, you want to sort smaller to larger or sort larger to smaller. So for now, I want to see the smallest to the larger. I just click here. Okay, sort. Okay, see? So I know that, on the 82/2020, Nisa just buy the 4 binder only. Okay, so that is how you can sort your data. So the smallest is the 4 and the largest is 95. So we can make analysis based on this table. Okay guys, so next, how we want to close our filter. Very easy. You just go back to this one. Okay, you click this one. Okay, you click and then you click this one. Okay, see? This is how we close the filter. Okay, it's back to the normal data. So as you can see in here, after you do some changing, see one, because you sort during your filter, right? So before you close the filter, if you want to back this data into the original data, okay, so before you close it, you clear first. Okay, so when you clear the whatever you do during the filter, and it can back as a original data. Okay, and then click back the sort and filter. You click back the filter to close all the filter. So like this. So I hope you can understand how to do filter and also how to find and select and replace. Okay, next I want to show you how to come out one chart based on this data. Okay, so the chart that I will use is the pivot chart. So this is very important. So from the pivot chart, you can do all kind of analysis. Okay, all kind of analysis. So this is a very important when you go to organization, when you work later. Okay, this pivot chart, you can use it if you have the Microsoft 2016 and above. Okay, 2016 and above, you can do pivot chart. Okay, how we can do the pivot chart? First, you need to highlight your table. Okay, you need to highlight it first. Okay, then you go to the ribbon insert. Okay, and then you find the pivot chart. So there has many chart in here. You can use 3D bar or 2D column and so on. However, if you use this chart, you can do the analysis based on that diagram. However, if you choose the pivot chart, you click here and then you see that the Excel will select all the column and a row that you want to display in the pivot chart. Okay, so next, select a table orange. So this one Excel done for you, and this one is you click new worksheet and then you just click OK. So see what happened. We click OK. So the Excel will put the pivot chart into a new sheet. As you can see in here, sheet 2, or you can rename it as the report for Genie and more. You can name it. Okay, this is how you name the sheet, or you can add another sheet in this workbook. Okay, so for the sheet 1, you can rename it as the data. So in here you can see this is the pivot chart diagram. After you put some field, after you choose field, this part will display a pivot chart. For this one is for the table pivot chart. So if you click here, so see the Excel will display the pivot chart field. So in here you can do some analysis on your data. For example, I want to choose region. Okay, I click here. Okay, after I click here, at the table it show you the region in my data. So in the region that I have in my data is Central, East and West. So next I want to know what item for each region. So I just click this one. I just click item. So see, in the table under the Central, they have the item that the customer buy is binder, tags, pen set, and pencil. For the ease, still binder, pen, pencil. Okay, so now I want to know for each region and each item how many order that they got. Okay, for each item. So you can click unit. Okay, click here. So when you click the unit, see the pivot chart will be displayed. Okay, see in the central sum of unit. Okay, the total of the unit for the central region is 1052. Okay, so binder 291, there's 7, pen 27, pencil 243, pencil 484. So we no need to find like before, one by one. Okay, using the using the formula. So using the pivot chart, they can do for you. So that's why pivot chart is very amazing, a magical feature that Excel can do. So this is how we come out with the pivot chart. So you can choose whatever you want to analyze. Okay, you can choose any data that you want to analyze in here. Okay, you can bring here, you can put here and so on. So this kind of the pivot chart feature is very important when you work later, especially when you work in the government or private company. So maybe you will handle a massive amount of the data. So and then you need to do analysis. So this is one of the technique to do the analysis. Is just using this itself. Okay, next actually in here, in this part, you can drag all kind of the field that you want. Okay, for example, I want to bring region in here, legend. Okay, if I drag in here, what happened? See, it will display the legend graph for you. This one we call it as the bar graph. Okay, so region, this color, central blue is color orange with color gray, and this is the item, and this is the sum of unit. Okay, you also can drag item for the filter. Okay, so it will display here. So in here you can do some filter, whether you want filter just only central only. If you click, okay, it come out with this. Okay, total. So the grand total is 1052. So you can play around with this one. You also can put here the region in here. Okay, it's become like this. Or you can put item in the legend series to make you more easier to see the pivot chart. Okay, so you can play around with this. So I put back region in the axis category. Okay, so it's more easier for you to see the result. Okay, so in this pivot chart you can edit all the fill in here. You can edit the title. For example, you can click plus. Okay, you can edit the axis title. For example, in here you can put item or whatever you want to put. You can put the chart title in here. For example, you can put the report. Report for Mall. Okay, you can, what more? Okay, you click here, you click plus symbol, you can put the data label, this one. You also can put the data table if you want, based on you. Okay, so this is, if you don't want the grid line, you can untick this one, it's become like this. For me, better you tick the grid line. Okay, if you want to change the color also can, or you can change the color. If you don't like this color, you can change this color or this color. Okay, based on you. If you don't like this style, you can change the style. Okay, for example, you want like this, you want like this. Okay, based on you. Okay, you can play around with the style. Okay, so this is how we can play around when we're using the pivot chart. Okay, if you want know more about the pivot chart, you can find it in internet. Okay, so next I want to teach you how to print the data. Okay, so go back to the tab ni, you click this data. Okay, now I want to print this data. So how we can print all this data? You can highlight whatever data you want to print. For example, I want to print this one. Okay, after you highlight the data that you want to print, you can go to the file tab and then you go to the print. Okay, in here you can setting your cell before you want to print. So first in here setting print active sheet means that the active sheet right now. So as you can see, the sheet that active right now is this one. Okay, if I click this one. So how about the print entire workbook? I want to print all the workbook. Okay, if I have the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, so it will print all the sheet. See, this one in the sheet 2. Okay, this one is the sheet 1. Okay, if I click print selection, so it will display just for the selection. Kan before, sebelum ni kan awak select kan. Sebelum awak klik print, you select. So dia akan fokus dekat situ saja. Itu maksud dia. Okay, kalau yang ini contohnya right now I have the 4 page. Kalau saya nak print 2 page saja, saya boleh klik 1 until 2. Okay, so I want to print only 2 page only. Okay, so kalau awak nak print semua, so tak perlu letak yang ini. Okay, next print one-sided ni as usual lah. If you want to print one-sided or you want to print both side, so make sure the printer can do the print on both side. Okay, if your printer can't do the both side, you can do manually. Okay, print one-sided. So next is portrait orientation. Okay, if you want to change to landscape pun okay. Okay, or you want to change it into portrait orientation. Okay, if you use the portrait orientation, you can see there are column that you can print. See this one. So better you tukar orientation kepada landscape. Okay, so all the column will put into one pages. Okay, so the size is of course A4. Normal margin, if you want to edit or custom some margin in here, you can edit it. Okay, so no scaling. Okay, if you want to fit sheet on one page, so you can do this one. If you do this one, it's become the small. Okay, you want to fit into one sheet. Okay, next fit all column on one page. Okay, means that I want to all the column. If I have many column, I want to put it inside one page. So I choose this one. Okay. If fit all row on one page also like this. It's become smaller because I want all row into one sheet. Kalau awak tak nak dia jadi macam ni, so awak boleh pilih apa? Fit all column in one sheet. Only column je. Row tak payah. Row dia boleh jadi macam ni. Banyak page. Okay. So this one also you can click print to print it in the A4 paper. Okay, so that is how you want to print your Excel sheet. Okay guys, so that's all for the today lab classes. So if you have any question, you can ask in Telegram or you can personal message to me. Okay, and then don't forget to take your attendance in Youth Future. And please do tutorial that I have been given you in the Google Classroom. So that's all for today's class. Assalamualaikum.